What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a brand new video. So today you join me inside the new VW Polo, and this is the life specification, and we're going to be doing an update review. Now this will all make sense shortly once we jump into the video itself, but I really do hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's jump right into it.
As I woke up one morning,
So guys, here's the car. Now let's start with a bit of context. Now about 6 months ago, to be specific, back in January, I posted a video on the R-Line version of this car. Now I've made a conclusion in that video, and in my conclusion I suggested that instead of getting the R-Line, rather go for the Life specification and spec it up with a bunch of the equipment that is available on this platform. Now this is where this video touches upon. It's a bit of a continuation from that. Now, like I've already mentioned in the intro, this is the Life specification. It's not quite fully spec'd out. Actually, it only has 2 optional extras that I can identify at least, but let's do a bit of an update. Now on the exterior, this is the exterior look of the car, and immediately you can tell that this one has the IQ lights because they do just stand out. Now these are the clever matrix lights that can do all sorts of clever things like highlight road signs while you're driving, dip down a bit of the beam when there's a car approaching so you don't dazzle other drivers, and yeah, a bunch of that. As you can see up front here, it does look really aggressive. You do have these creases on the bonnet to add to the aggression, and you have all these fins right here on the grille and the lower grille that make the car look like it is scowling in a way. You also get these fog lights down here. There's a bit of a kick plate up here on the front bumper, and it's broken apart by the painted section and the black section. Coming around to the side, you do have some aggressive lines all over. As you can see, these ones that start here, the ones on the lower part of the body, and yeah, it does look really mean. This is an aftermarket part that was added by the owner, and yeah, with the IQ lights you actually get dynamic turning signals, so the swiping lights. I'll insert a clip for you guys to see that. In the middle it says Polo, and you have the VW logo of course, and it says TSI on the right hand side. Let's check out the interior. One other option on the exterior is actually the sunroof. Now if we jump into the interior, ignition beeping sound, be prepared for that. I'll just close the door quickly so we can shut it up. Okay, inside here, everything that you see is pretty much standard equipment. Manual gearbox, the standard infotainment screen, you have the standard driver info screen, and everything else is just the base spec pretty much. So yeah, this is really the interior. It comes with cloth seats as standard. Pretty much the whole interior is made out of plastic, so it's really hard, nasty plastic, but the design looks cool and interesting. You get a leather steering wheel, you do have some power window controls of course, and you have this kind of carbon fibery effect trim on the dashboard. And yeah, overall it's a really nice looking car. So let's touch a bit into pricing and stuff. Okay, boom, camera is now over there, so let's do a bit of recap. Now let's start with the trim levels. Now there is 3 trim levels except the GTI top of the range, but anyways, so we start off with the base Polo. That's what the base car is called literally, and the price of that starts around here. Above that you have this car, which is the Life, which starts from this price, and then at the top of the line you have the R-Line, which starts from this price. Now for a bit of context, once again, this car came up to about 370,000 rands. Now at prime rate, interest rate, that is over 60 months, you are looking at about this much in terms of monthly installments. Now this car, the base price, which is around 350,000 rands, is 100,000 rands less than the R-Line. Now remember, the R-Line starts at 445,000 rands, which you've seen on screen just now, and that is literally about 100 grand more than this car. So now, again, my conclusion was the R-Line is really not worth it. Why? Rather get the Life, because the R-Line is purely cosmetic. Now, it's all about the front bumper, the more aggressive, which doesn't even look any different to this car, really, well, at least in my opinion. So rather get the Life, spec it out, get the IQ lights, get the sunroof, get the bigger infotainment screen, get the bigger driver info screen, get keyless access, get all those things. And my guess is this car spec'd out will only go up to around 410,000 rands thereabout. So better value for money is the Life. You get better equipment, you still get the same looks pretty much, and it's still the same car, literally. Let's go out to the front and remind ourselves of what the engine choice on this car is. Let's jump outside. Okay, so the new Polo is only available 2 engines. Now, the base car, which is Polo, the Life, and the R-Line, get this, which is the 1-liter 3-cylinder turbo motor, which makes 77 kilowatts, which is around 105 horsepower and 200 newton meters of torque. It's available 2 gearboxes, the manual and the dual clutch DSG transmission. Now, the second engine is the 2-liter motor that you get in the GTI top of the range, which makes 147 kilowatts, which is around 200 horsepower and 320 newton meters of torque. And that's pretty much all your engines. Let's actually chat more about this car while we're driving. So guys, we're inside the Polo now, and we're just gonna go for a quick short drive, nothing too hectic. And yeah, a couple of things I've noted so far driving around is the manual gearbox is actually pleasant to use. Like, the shifting engagement is really good. It's really easy to judge the clutch and the actuation of the gear lever itself. Another quick thing I just noted right here making a U-turn is that the turning circle on this car is really good. Like, absolutely easy to pull it out of spaces and stuff. Even though I'm doing a bit of a 3-point turn right now, it's actually so easy to just chuck it around a bend and off you go away. That's one small detail, well, not really small detail, that I just noted right now, because then it means driving in and out of small spaces in this car will be really easy. Parking it and so forth will be relatively easy. It also has parking sensors on the front and on the back, so yeah, really easy to drive, really easy to park, really easy to judge all 4 corners of the car. Another moment where I just pulled a really tight squeeze. Oh yeah, I'm impressed with the turning circle. Now, suspension feels very sophisticated, feels very nice and pleasant. It does feel like a very premium car. To an extent, the Polo has actually grown through its different generations. Now it's really a high up premium car. There's another point I made in the R-Line video. Oh, by the way, if you haven't watched the review on the R-Line, do pop into that video to catch up on some of the details that I've just updated you guys on in this video. I'll leave the link in the description. There'll also be a pop-up on the screen. So yeah, I was saying another point I raised in the R-Line video is that, remember, in South Africa we no longer get the standard VW Golf. We only get it in GTI and in R form. So there is no Golf TSI with the normal 1 liter or 1.5 liter engine. You can only get the full-blown GTI and R. So the Polo fills in a really huge gap that's been left out, at least for our market. So yeah, if you want something of that nature, you're only left with the Polo. So yeah, I guess that's part of what makes it a really grown-up car. We're currently driving on a pebbled road. Everything is vibrating inside the car, but yeah, suspension, like I said, can take it up, can soak it up really nicely. So power is also, I don't think there's any need to talk about the power that this car, oh, there's stuff in the door cards because they're made up of plastic entirely. The stuff is rattling. So yeah, I'm not really gonna dive into the power outputs and whatnot, because this car for day-to-day use has enough power and torque. The performance is enough. You can easily make overtakes and so forth. So yeah, the Polo is still a trendsetter for this. Well, it's still the benchmark for this segment. It's just a bit more pricey, but it's still relatively affordable if you make the right choices, like avoid the rattles. You guys can enjoy the rattles right now. Okay, they're a bit minimal, but yeah, if you make all the right choices, don't just jump into going for the most expensive and blah 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 whatnot. Actually make the right choice. So like I suggested, go Life, spec it out, have some nice proper equipment on the car, and it will be literally the exact same car. It'll look nicer and you have more tech gizmos. So yeah, that's what today's video was all about. Big thanks to the owner of this car as well for bringing it out here for me to do a shoot on. And yeah, I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do jump into the comment sections. I'm pretty sure there's some stuff that I've left out or some additional info you guys want to talk about. I'll sure do reply to your comments, as I always do. So yeah, that's cheers from me, guys.